2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. So a moment now to see the story for Anthony Edwards.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hasn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Up at the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randle. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's Reed in at the center position. And for the Jazz, Bailey out there with Markkanen. Then there's Jusuf Nurkić. Then it's Keyonte George. And it's Mikhailuk in at the shooting guard. Oh, what a fun matchup, Doris, we have here tonight, featuring two teams that love to shoot the three.
And we continue to see more and more of this.
Doris, what about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness. How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead, Ant.
Right side, Markkanen. Inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Timberwolves ball.
Here is Edwards. A crossover. Rebound, Utah. Bailey passes to George. Outside, Markkanen. For the three, Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Just 5 to shoot. And Edwards slams it in.
Goodness, Anthony Edwards, always on the attack. This guy is just so dynamic.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Mikhailuk. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now Bailey. McDaniels defending. 6 to shoot. Here's George. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And here is DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed. Out to Edwards. Beyond the arc. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4. It's been a slow start here for Utah. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. Outside, Markkanen. Can they get it? Up again. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, cold start, right? You've taken 4 shots. You've not made one of them.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Here's Mikhailuk. Edwards defending. Mikhailuk passes to George. An easy 2 points on the layup.
So they needed that. Just 1 for 5 to start this ball game.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Right wing. Randle against Markkanen. Baseline try. Randle with the bucket.
Well, defense is smart to get close to Randle, but he powers through it anyway.
DiVincenzo against George. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Markkanen. Markkanen missing again.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league, but if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
And that one falls for Reed.
Well, the beauty of someone like Naz Reid, he's proven already in his career, you can bring him off the bench to great effect, or if you need him to be a step-in starter, he's equally capable.
Nurkić with it. Hasn't made one yet. Back to George. Markkanen sets the pick for George. Lets it go from deep. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. Minnesota with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Here's Randle, and Randle throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
George finds Markkanen. Here's Mikhailuk. Now Bailey. 12 points his last outing. On the wing, Markkanen. Here's Nurkić. It's the difficult fadeaway jumper.
Well, you can see on the face-up, Nurkić will drop that midi on you.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Coach and I talked about the difficulties playing against Anthony Edwards. He said, quote, usually you worry about his offense, but he's shown the last few years that he's a lockdown defender when he wants to be. That's something that we'll need to factor into our game plan. Ant's defense is now a concern for coaches as well. Back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie.
Shooting for Minnesota.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
They throw good, Edwards. Doors, I'd have to imagine, game 2 of a back-to-back is a big test of a player's stamina.
You're exactly right, Kevin. And it's not just the physical stamina, it's the emotional stamina to hang in when your body is absolutely tired. But the great players, the ones we love to watch, embrace this challenge.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. There before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
Boy, they've been hot. You love to see this kind of offensive execution.
Jazz trail by 13. George looking over the floor. Pass to Bailey. And finished off by Bailey.
I like Bailey attacking the rim at that size.
For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a loss to the Spurs. Randle finds McDaniel. George against DiVincenzo. Left side, Reed. It's stolen by Bailey. Driving the lane. Oh, wow.
Got the showmanship there by Bailey.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. Minnesota leading by 9. Outside Edwards. Rebounded by Bailey. Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Still without a basket. Back to Randle. Just 5 on the clock. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Randle's got 6.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Markkanen. Here's Bailey. McDaniels defending. Back to Markkanen. Over Randle. And Markkanen with the basket on the assist from Bailey. Markkanen's got his second basket of the night. And Randle has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. They lead by 7. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And look at what they did in the fourth quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Markkanen missing again.
Been a tough stretch for this guy right now, looking a little out of sorts.
Randle kicks to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Off target with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And here's George. He's coming off a 13-point game against San Antonio. Offensive rebound. Here's Bailey. Luke passes to Nurkić. Out to the wing. The Jazz working the ball around now. They shoot again. He takes it up and lays it in. Nurkić has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, this is exactly where you want Jusuf Nurkić operating on the offensive end.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. So Utah ends up going with the new group. Here's Conley. He averages about 5 points a game. Highland with it. Back to Ingles. Clock at 6. Clark finds Highland. Here's Gobert. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
Here's Collier. 11 points for him in that last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Here's Sensabaugh. Stolen by Highland. And here's the break. Pass to Conley. Now, here's Ingles. There's the 3. Filipowski grabs the board.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Misses the wing 3. Minnesota leading by 7. Now Conley. No scoring in this one. Pass to Ingles. Out to the right wing. Highland with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio. Here's Collier. 1:51 left here in the opening quarter. Back to Filipowski. Shoots over Highland. Shot's good by Filipowski.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Ingles. Over to the wing. To the left side wing. Clark finds Gobert. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Off target from three-point range. On offense, here are the Jazz. They're on a 12-4 run. Takes a step back. Takes the 13-footer, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Cannot believe he missed that one. Ooh, I'm sure he can't either.
Clark outside. And here's Conley outside. Rebounded by the Jazz. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
You know, you try to establish consistent substitution patterns. It helps you stay in a rhythm, and they had to go to their bench much too early.
Fires top of the key, and he knocks down the jumper. Minnesota leading by 3. And here is Ingles. He has yet to score. Shoots over Filipowski. Ingles can't get it to go. Here's Sensabaugh. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Love wide open. He fires. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Kevin Love out there with Filipowski. Then it's Keyonte George. Then it's Collier. And it's Sensabaugh in at the small forward. That's the group right now for Utah. Randle down low, defended by Filipowski.
Boy, there was plenty of contact down low, but Randle assertive and able to find the finish.
Jazz trail by 5. It's George on the wing, over by Conley. That's good by Sensabaugh.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Just to Gobert. Back to Highland. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Conley. A 3-ball. Love grabs the board.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Conley, the pass to Randle. They set the pick for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Well, the Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Back over to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And teams are always looking for positional size. Doris, where is that most valuable?
If you look across the league today, Kevin, it's at every single position. Size and skill as a combination is very tough to beat, and teams are getting bigger and more skilled across positions now.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Julius Randle is never going to back away from a defensive player. He knows he's got the strength to play through contact. Nice job drawing the foul.
The Timberwolves have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And he makes the first.
Julius Randle has been a consistent producer in this league for a long time. This guy, an absolute matchup nightmare.
Both free throws good from Randle.
Guys, what you love about Julius Randle is the well-rounded nature of his game. Because he works so hard on his shooting ability, it makes his dribble drive that much more dangerous.
Love up top. Ingles covering. It's stolen by Gobert. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Baseline J on the way. Another miss by Minnesota. Utah leading. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Filipowski. Here's Collier. Still yet to score. Puts up a deep 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside Conley. Randle outside. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. DB, no one has more Defensive Player of the Year awards than Rudy Gobert. 4 of them.
Well, with the 4, he is now tied with the great Dikembe Mutombo and the great Ben Wallace. Does he have another one in his sights? So you've got to chase Joe Ingles off that three-point line because he is lethal.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Markkanen, he's checked in for Utah. Minnesota also with the sub. Edwards, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Gobert against Love. Love with the screen on Conley. From deep, George. The rebound by Edwards. Timberwolves leading by 4 to the wing right side. Pass to Highland. Timberwolves passing it around. And finished off by Gobert.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
Jazz have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. George passes to Markkanen. Picked by Markkanen. Here's Collier. That one's off. Still out of sync. Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Here goes Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Love outside. Traps in the tray. Love's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Kevin Love specializes in finding the open space on the floor. Pays off with a nice catch and shoot.
Here's Minnesota. They're on an 11-3 run. Highland deciding where to go with it. Pass to Gobert. And here's Edwards. He's guarded by Markkanen. 3 on the clock. Edwards, no good. Jazz trail by 5. And it's Love penetrating. It's stolen by Gobert. Highland passes to Randle. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, Julius Randle, we know this, loves to finish despite being fouled. This guy will play through contact, no problem.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Nurkić checked in for Love. Bailey comes in for Kyle Filipowski. And Mikhailuk's subbed in for Collier. That free throw good from Randle.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Markkanen against Randle. Pass to George. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by DiVincenzo.
All right, a chance to check out stats for DiVincenzo. This past month, he's really set himself apart, averaging 12 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Reed with a screen for Edwards. From outside the arc, for three, Edwards nails it.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Chance to see the numbers for George. He's really stood out for them over the past month. And tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint. Here's Mikhailuk. Edwards defending. Shoots from the elbow. Rebound, Minnesota.
Boy, that mid-range area, he just didn't look comfortable. Let's be honest.
Here's Randle, and Randle throws it down.
The guys, over the years, we've seen Randle become a much more aggressive scorer. You love his tenacity.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Trailing by 13. They host the Spurs after this one. To the inside. Stolen by McDaniels. And now the Timberwolves on the break. The three for DiVincenzo. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle. Randle's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now George. He's got 8. Pass to Nurkić. Now Bailey. McDaniels defending. Bailey passes to George. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Edwards. From about 16, Randle. Randle on the follow. Randle's got 13 points now in the quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
George finds Markkanen. George passes to Markkanen. Here's Mikhailuk. Edwards defending. Outside, George. The Jazz with another miss.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Here's George. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Outside, Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Randle. Up top, Reed. Shoots from the right block. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Here's DiVincenzo. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Utah's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Bailey passes to Nurkić and finished off by Nurkić.
That's just about size right there. Big Nurk, get up and get down.
Timberwolves leading by 20. DiVincenzo with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against San Antonio.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's space and then go and corral that backboard.
You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Start it.
He's checked in for Keyonte George. Minnesota also with the sub. Gobert's checked in. Up top, Reed. He's guarded by Markkanen. Now here's Edwards. He's guarded close. And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
Jazz trail by 19. Pass to Bailey. 1:33 left in the second quarter. Shoots over McDaniel. Bailey misses.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
And here's Edwards from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Edwards got 20.
Anthony Edwards getting into that pull-up game. Nicely done.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Rudy Gobert talked about his objectives. He said, my goal is to be the best defender ever. And now my only focus is to win a championship and to keep impacting my team. Keep trying to make my team the top defense in the league. I think that's the best measure of an all-time defender. Back to you, Kevin.
He can lock it down. Okay, Allie, thanks. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. With the pause in the action, let's bring you the list of teams that have been lighting it up over the last 10 games. The Timberwolves second.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Jazz trail by 20. 41 seconds left now here in the second. Outside, Markkanen. And it's Bailey in the corner. Pass to Collier. Markkanen a screen on DiVincenzo. 4 on the shot clock. Markkanen, good. Markkanen's got 6 points.
How about that? Markkanen able to take the contact and play through it. Big time finish.
Timberwolves leading by 18. Now here's Edwards. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
I thought his physicality was crucial too. You know, he kept the defense on their toes, repeatedly got to the free throw line.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves sitting at a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, first off, looking ahead to All-Star Weekend. Let's see who's in the running to compete in the three-point contest.
Yeah, watching these guys make me want to be out there, Shaq. I mean, all the space they have to shoot it in right now, man, this would have been my time, Shaq.
Jet with a little FOMO here.
Yeah, I'm glad I played when I did.
And looking now at that first half, anything that could have gone wrong did go wrong for the Utah Jazz.
I'll say this. Yeah, you want to protect the paint, but when you're getting killed from long range, you have to make the adjustment defensively. They're not going to win like this.
Seems highly unlikely, indeed. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Jazz trail by 21. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Randle and Reed holding down the post spots. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Here's Markkanen. Yep, that one goes in there. 8 points for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here is DiVincenzo. Randle outside. From past the arc. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Team foul.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
3 shots. 3 shots.
That free throw good from Randle. That one misses. And he nails the 3rd. Here's George. Pass to Mikhailuk. Down low. Markkanen down low. Randle on him. And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
DiVincenzo passes to Randle. Bangs home the trifecta. Randle's got 26.
Well, Julius Randle has put in time to grow his ability to make three-point shots. Nice delivery.
It's George on the wing, defended by DiVincenzo. Markkanen sets the pick for George. Three-pointer. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Edwards got 4 rebounds in this game.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Outside, George fires for 3. They get it back. Out to the right wing. And he's good on the 3-ball. Mikhailuk's got his first 3 points of the game.
These kinds of defensive breakdowns drive coaches crazy.
Now DiVincenzo. 6 points for him. And he gets it to go.
Yeah, you know that when Julius Randle gets into his rhythm offensively, he can be problematic for defensive teams.
George dishes to Markkanen. Back to George. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. He wants to get it to Nurkić and does.
And that's one of the things Nurkić does so well. Absorb contact and still be in control.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Free throw good, Nurkić.
One of the things I think teams love when you have Jusuf Nurkić is the kind of physicality he brings nightly in the middle of the paint. This is a guy who's capable of 20 and 20 on a good night.
Reed with a screen for Edwards. No good with the triple.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
You know, DB, recently we've seen Anthony Edwards reach new heights as a three-point shooter.
Anthony Edwards has now embraced the complete analytics of the game. He is a high-volume three-point shooter, and he's still a terror en route to the cup.
Clock at 2. Randle grabs the board. Randle's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Edwards with it. George picks him up, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. So Edwards will go to the free throw line. Keyonte George picks one up. This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
And they lost that last game by a slim margin, and you can't help but think that if he had a better night at the stripe, the result could have been different.
Free throw good, Edwards.
Boy, you just watch Anthony Edwards continue to progress. This guy gets better and better every year.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Check out numbers for Julius Randle. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Pass to Bailey. Utah moving it around. And it's Markkanen, top of the key. That ball, nice speed that time from George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Randle outside. And the layup is good. Randle's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Boy, it hasn't mattered what the defense has tried. He has had every counter. What a great night.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Bailey. In the corner, George with it. Takes it inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Name a type of shot Keyonte George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
2 shots.
That's good from George. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
And George drops them both. Endorse for the Timberwolves 2 consecutive trips to the Western Conference Finals.
Kevin, this is by far the franchise's most successful era to date. But of course, they are not satisfied. Anthony Edwards desires a championship because he wants to be considered amongst the all-time greats.
Lets it go from 14. And Bailey gets it to go on the assist by George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight. DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. Pass to Randle. And Randle throws it down.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
Jazz trail by 19. Here's Markkanen. George with the ball. 13 points in the game. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's tightly guarded. Randle with the bucket.
And if he gets the space, Randle absolutely will take that shot. Not afraid of that corner three.
Outside, Markkanen. Pass to Markkanen. Here's George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the arc. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 16 points.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
On the court, your Who wants a t-shirt? Make some noise!
See the numbers for Anthony Edwards. Over the last month, he has been spectacular, and he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers, always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's got 6. Pass to Randle. Stolen by Markkanen. DiVincenzo against George. Here's Markkanen. To the middle. It's stolen by Randle. Right side, Edwards. Lets it go with a 3. Randle no good. Jazz trail by 19. Outside, Markkanen. George with a screen on McDaniels. And it's Bailey in the corner. Jazz passing it around. 6 to shoot. Here's Markkanen. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. 22 is their biggest lead. Up top, DiVincenzo. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards. DiVincenzo's got 8.
I like DiVincenzo trying to score on the interior. Underrated hops from the young man.
For Utah, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Markkanen passes to Markkanen. Markkanen a screen on DiVincenzo. Elbow shot. Jump shot is good that time. George has got 7 points here in this quarter.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Here's Markkanen. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. 5 on the clock. Markkanen sets the pick for George. Puts up a 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Reeves got his 5th rebound in this one. Randle kicks to Reed. McDaniels on the wing. Reed with a screen for Randle. The wing jumper off target. Jazz trailed by 19. It's stolen by Edwards. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Reed. Up and in on the layup. He's got 7. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Nurkić dishes to Markkanen. Good on the three-point shot.
The shooting skill of Lauri Markkanen is undeniable. He is locked in on the catch.
And here is DiVincenzo. He's got 8. Edwards looking it over. Clock at 6. And Edwards slams it in.
I'll tell you, this team has not had an answer for Anthony Edwards. They shouldn't feel alone, though. He's put a lot of work on a lot of teams.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Outside, Markkanen. Bailey passes to Markkanen. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's Edwards on the wing. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
How about the body control from Anthony Edwards? Just so good at using that frame to get through the teeth of the defense.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Big good substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Joe Ingles comes in for Julius Randle. Bones Highland is checked in for McDaniels. And it's Mike Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Collier. Over Conley. And he overshot that one, missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
For Minnesota, Joe Ingles at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
What you love about Joe Ingles is he's going to give you a little bit of everything. He can score it, he can pass it, he can board it, and he can guard. Whatever you need, he's going to bring it.
Williams, he's checked in for Utah. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Miller's checked in for Edwards. And Ingles drops them both. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front.
That can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
Pass to Love. They need this. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Love's got 6.
And Kevin Love knows his role so well. This guy is always looking to find space and spread the court with his ability to knock down shots.
Outside Conley. Takes a 3. Filipowski grabs the board. Utah's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Love the pass to Collier. Here's Filipowski, defended by Gobert. The shot by Williams, no good. Timberwolves leading by 22. Ingles kicks to Conley. Gobert with a screen for Conley. Oh, the lob to Gobert, and stolen by Love. And now Utah, fast break. Pass to Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. Now Filipowski. He's defended by Highland. That's good by Filipowski. Now Highland. Nothing on the board. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Shot clock at 5. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Number 2, Kyle Anderson.
Julius Randle getting it done for Minnesota. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. We've got George. Filipowski's out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Collier. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group right now for Utah. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Randle. And it's Utah with the rebound. To the paint. Here's Love. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You guys, just pure strength from Kevin Love. The defense just not good enough.
That free throw good from Love.
Well, Kevin Love has a championship to his credit. He was a one-time star who has really settled nicely into being a role player.
Conley, the pass to Randle. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Filipowski.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Julius Randle taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. Jazz trail by 18. And George, here we go. Filipowski passes to George. Love outside. From outside, off the mark. To the middle. Here's Randle. And Randle throws it down.
Conley's got a great set of skills as a passer. He might not always make the flashy pass, but he will make the smart one.
George with the ball. Love outside. Here's Sensabaugh. Ingles covering. And just off the cuff, Doris, what do you think is the toughest part of the season?
I mean, for me, watching these players try to perform the final 2 to 3 weeks before All-Star game, there are so many things in play. Has it been an extraordinarily difficult season where you're just simply not winning? Are you trying to incorporate perhaps a player that came over from a new trade? And then also just the focus. Everybody's mind is, ooh, I've got a week vacation here. I can't wait.
And the first one drops. And so he hits both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Pass to Randle. Just 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for the Jazz. On Thursday, they'll go up against De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Norman Powell and the Miami Heat.
And for that game against the Warriors, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Love with the screen on Ingles. Back to Love. Here's Collier, defended by Gobert. And it's Collier missing. Timberwolves leading by 18 to the inside. Here's the break. Highland's shot is good.
Highland loves the feel of the basketball in his hands, so good to see him effective being off the ball, but ready to fire when he catches it.
Here's Collier. Love outside. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Highland finds Conley. Now, Ingles. Pass to Randle. Rebounded by the Jazz. Filipowski's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Collier. He's defended by Highland. And it's Collier missing.
just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Ingles can't get it to go.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Pass to Sensabaugh. And the three ball is good. Sensabaugh has got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
Conley against George. Conley's shot is off. Jazz trail by 17. Outside, George. Love in the post. Covered by Conley. Here's Collier. That falls. Great assist by Love. Collier's got himself going with the triple. His first basket of the game. Now here is Conley. Randle a screen on George. Here's Conley. Softly drops in the floater.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And here's George. Pass to Sensabaugh. Count it.
Works that one inside nicely.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Now, here's Ingles. Defense is right there. Here's Randle. Love grabs the board. Love's got his fourth rebound in this one. Pass to George. Nice ball movement by Utah. This one for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 21.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Now Conley. Gobert with a screen on George. Island with it. Ingles finds Conley. Oh, the lob to Gobert. 5 on the clock. Here's Sensabaugh. Ingles covering. Pass to Collier. Love outside. Inside. Here's Sensabaugh. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
For your Jazz, Sensabaugh taking 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And the Jazz with some changes. Jusuf Nurkić, he's checked in for Love. Markkanen comes in for Filipowski. And Bailey's subbed in for Collier. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. McDaniels comes in for Joe Ingles. Edwards has come in for Bones Highland. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Minnesota leading by 10. Here is Edwards. A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
Well, Anthony Edwards with that frame on the interior, such a tough check.
So it's the Jazz now. And George kicks to Markkanen. Pass to Sensabaugh. Now Bailey. Here's Sensabaugh. Edwards defending. Markkanen from outside. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkić. And the Jazz making a change here. Mikhailuk is checked in. For Minnesota, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Outside Edwards. And that one is good. Edwards got 12 points here in the second half.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Jazz trail by 14. Pass to Mikhailuk. DiVincenzo against George. Nurkić a screen on DiVincenzo. The Jazz with another miss. Timberwolves have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And here's Randle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Utah has gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. George with the bounce pass. George sets a screen for Markkanen. With the drive. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Boy, an unfortunate mix-up right there. Cost them a possession.
Now here's Edwards. Not a lot of room. To Randle, fires from deep. The shot missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Bailey with a wide open look. No good on the triple.
Well, that's the opportunity they're looking for, just not the result, obviously.
Edwards dishes to Randle. And it's Utah with the rebound. Bailey's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Nurkić. Now George. Here's Mikhailuk. 5 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Utah. To stop the drought, count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Markkanen.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
How about the handle of Anthony Edwards? So much tighter. That is so good.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Here's Nurkić. George sets a screen. Markkanen outside. The long shot, no good.
I mean, apparently he still has the green light to shoot threes, but he is in an absolute funk right now.
Edwards. Oh, the floater is good.
Outstanding touch, boy. The floater is good for Anthony Edwards.
Here's Nurkić. Now Markkanen. Nurkić a screen on Randle. Now Nurkić. Oh, one-handed!
Boy, he may not be the biggest center in this league, but big-time athleticism on display.
Here's DiVincenzo. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Now, here's Reed.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the game. Cleared away by George. Jazz trail by 14. Edwards with the rebound. Timberwolves have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Reed with a screen for Edwards. Oh, what a finish!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Outside, George jacks up a three. Reed with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Minnesota.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Julius Randle.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
DiVincenzo against George. Now Edwards. 34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Good!
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Here's Mikhailuk. Just 4 to shoot. Markkanen fires for 3. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. But first, let's review our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and